Today on Let's Make a Knife, I'm going to show you how I made my 2x72 attachment for the 14-inch house-made wheel for the Mary Braid grinder. Check it out. Today on Let's Make a Knife, Clayton from Burning Sales Forge here, and today I am going to be making a tooling arm for this 14-inch by 2-inch wheel that I got from Blade Show 2026 from Housemade. So I've watched some of Brian's videos on how he did it, and I kind of doing similar, little twist of my own, not too much different. But so let's get into it, and that's what I'm going to be making. It's a pretty simple process. I think it's going to be simple, so we will get into that right now. And I have the Mary Braid. So Housemade uses a different tooling square stock for their tooling arms. So I am going to be doing it for the Mary Braid 2x72 grinder. So in this build, I have been to the steel supply house and I ended up picking up some round stock, and it's an 1.5 inch round stock. So I got that, and I got a tube of my 2-inch by, you know, what is it? Something about like 3/16, almost 1/4 inch wall steel for the tooling arm. And I had this from the press build. So I got a 27 64th drill and a 1/2 inch 13 tap. And then I bought a 4-inch bolt, and that is the 1213 hex, and that drops in to there, along with some bearings for spacing, and that is it. So basically what I'm going to do right now is get my steel cleaned, and I'm going to weld this onto here like so, centered, and then we're going to drill this on the mill and then tap it, and then we'll see if it works. So let's get into that part. So we're going to clean up this on this side. It doesn't need to be cleaned up all the way around, but I'm going to break the corners so it's not sharp. And I'm going to be using the purple Bora belts from abrasivesrs.com, home of the Hog brand. I use all their belts, great company, so go there and check them out. Link will be in the description. So let's break these corners and get our side that's going to be welded up, cleaned up. We're going to clamp this up and weld it up nice and tight. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it because the belt tensioner is really what's going to keep this. And I got my distance and I got adjustments with washers, so I'm not crazy concerned about where this is, but I do want it to be flat. So we'll just put a little compression on there, and we're gonna weld it. And I got my welder. I got a 135 right now, set at 7, or no, it's a Eastwood. So I'm running 5 on my feed and J maxed out on my amps. So let's go ahead and weld it up. I don't believe it'll be coming off anytime soon. Let it cool down. We have set up the tooling arm in the mill, And if you don't have a mill, you can use a drill press, just lock it down and start with a 1/4 inch and then work your way up in drill bit sizes. I fortunately have a mill. I adjusted the belt speed to a slow setting, and we are just going to drill this hole right meow. So let's drill it. So I'm trying this. I've never really tried this before. We'll see how it works. Appears to be working pretty good. Put a little more cutting oil in there. Never have I ever tapped with the mill. And I don't know if I'm doing it right, but we're giving it a go at it anyway. Why not? So I went ahead and pulled it out the mill, and we'd bottomed out our tap. It worked really good in the mill. First time I've done that. So now try to keep this going. Just gotta chase it down a little bit more. All right, so I have this little burr at the top of this hole, and I'm just gonna kiss it on this flat platen with this Bora 120 belt from abrasivesrus.com, home of the hog brand. So let's do that real quick, and then we will put our bolt in, make sure that's working, and start spacing it out. Just a little kiss. That's all I needed. I'm gonna check to make sure my bolt screws in like I want it to. And I don't have to cut any off the bolt, which I shouldn't have to, as I believe that is it, and it's not even through. All right, well, let's put it on the machine. And put on our arm. So I know that now we get to see how close we are from our design. So it looks like perfect. It's exactly one washer, which is what I wanted. So I will be able to use one washer on the inside, one washer on the outside. So let's go ahead and put one washer. I'm gonna zoom this camera out a little bit so we can see better. And one there. Let's screw this thing in. Let's see what happens, I guess. Right? Right? Was it? Is it? Could it be that easy? not sure. Let's lock that in. Make sure I have no play in this wheel. So what I'm finding out is I think my bearings or my washers are too big. So we got to go backwards here. Take it off. Yep. So my washers are just a little too big, and they're hitting right here on this part of the wheel, and I want it to hit on that part of the bearing. So let's go ahead and grind those washers down. So let's check it with our calipers, see how much more we got to take off these dang on things. I don't know if that's right. I need to double check. It sure is. So we got to take a lot off. Let's keep doing it. All right, round 3. Oopsie. Okay, take 6. Here we go. There it is, right on the money. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. That is perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, so let's check out our washers after our wild lathe milling. But that's it. That's exact diameter I wanted of this. So we are going to take these apart, and I'll show you how they fit up in the wheel. All right, so you can see the size difference in our washer. So you could do that on the grinder too. You can lock it up, put a bolt on it, and just spin it around your grinder to get your thickness. I just wanted to be a ding dong and play with my mill. So there's the bolt, there's the washer through the hole. Let's hook it up. All right, so we are going to hook it up here to our armature. I'm really excited. I'm wanting to hook up one of these for a very long time. Let's see what we get. A little bit of heat on that. But let's see. That'll hold it. Let's see what we got on our belt. First test drive. Let's see what happens. All right. There we are. Tightened up. That thing is big. There we go. We are spinning. We have tracking. Pretty awesome. There it is. It's like one of those motorcycles with the big front tire. Let's grind some steel. All right, I got a little bit of steel. I'm just gonna run it, kind of see how we can get these, how the grinds are gonna come out with this. That is killer. Look at that. Hollow grind right there. Put the square on it, see if y'all can see. Kind of hard to see, honestly, but it is there. Really cool, really excited about this. So there it is, guys. That is how I did my wheel attachment. See you on the next one.